Hi guys, hindi ko lang kung narinig nyo ako, pero good morning. Ano natin? Nagising ako kasi may topic si Teacher Mark tungkol sa sensitive topic. So, napaisip ako, ano ba sensitive topic yan? Sorry guys, medyo magulo yung likod ko Hindi pa ako nakapag-ayos na maayos. Anyway, tingnan ko lang. Feel ko tulog yung mga tao. And di ako madalas nang live ng ganitong oras. Pero try pa rin. Okay, wait lang. Pumunta sa live. Madalas nang live ng ganito. Yan. Okay, wala naman tao. Anyway, sino man makakapanood nito sa paggising nila, isa lang ako sa topic tungkol dun sa topic ni Teach kanina. And yes, mahalaga tong topic na to kasi bullying and mental health is a huge issue talaga. Hindi lang sa medical field, any field naman, any profession, meron yan. You could encounter the pressure from colleagues, pressure from mentors, meron yan. And it's no surprise na after the COVID pandemic na nakabalik sila sa face-to-face, they've encountered yun nga, human interaction again from the people after how many years? 2 years? Kasi syempre we came from a virtual environment, kumbaga face to Zoom, kumbaga ang internship noon was on Zoom, clerkship was on Zoom. 2 years yon. And then when lockdown was eased, nakabalik na sa hospital, and they had difficulty in adjusting to their face-to-face encounters with patients, okay, or even clients sa ibang profession. Okay. Oy, perfect defect, kuching. Good morning, ang aga nyo Yan. Kahit sa abroad, meron kanyan, unfortunately. So, here are my thoughts lang talaga. Hindi ko masyadong i-play yung video kasi nasa Streamlab ako, pero napanood ko na siya kanina. Part of it lang. Ang nakuha ko lang doon was the first part is our senator has made examples or has made claims. Well, no evidence, but in what I've heard before, some of them, meron mga ganitong incidents na narinig na ako before when I was still in medical school during clerkship tsaka internship. But that was 2018, 2017. And that was way long ago. Okay, and the health system has already changed ever since. We've already improved how we handle mental health. Marami na rin mga programs for healthcare workers with regards to mental health and how we cope. If you would recall, we have programs like your MH Cap. Tapos, um, speaking out was hard before with regards to how you feel, and there was always a stigma on people having difficulty in kumbaga, dealing with mental issues. Kasi sabi, meron silang fear pag natag ka na meron kang mental disorder, people will judge you, people will avoid you as a normal individual. But that already changed ever since we already eyed that mental health should be one of the top priorities for Filipinos, hindi lang sa normal citizen, including doctors. Now, bakit malaki ang burden ng mental health sa healthcare? Number one, it's, well, nabanggit naman nila kanina. Actually, si Senator Bongo noted facilities talaga kailangan na mga improve. Doon yung napanood ko ng part na tama naman. And the improvement of healthcare facilities is also equated din sa syempre satisfactory rating ng mga patients, at the same time satisfactory performance ng mga healthcare workers. Kasi you get frustrated kung hindi naman maganda ang facilities mo sa isang institution. But setting aside dun sa healthcare facilities, yung healthcare worker is a different entity, no? So yung healthcare worker, if you want to know kung saan siya nanggagaling, saan nagsisimula lahat ng prinsipyo niya, it's coming from medical school. So sa medical school na mention na ni Senator Tulfo was kumbaga a culture of bullying. Now, I'm sorry na may nabanggit sila na medical school, but that's still a claim. Hindi pa naman binabanggit. Hindi pa puro, wala namang evidence na binanggit during the time of the hearing, pero hindi ko naman babanggitin naman yung medical school because I respect the school. Any medical school that would provide quality doctors has equal capacity of providing quality care. No, yung bullying is usually an isolated case, not unless sobrang dami, no? Sobrang dami to the point na from a single school and from a single batch. Well, that is already alarming. Pero if there is one person that is being having difficulty, na nagkakaroon ng challenges, it can be adjusted, or kumbaga kayang ma-resolve yun in the institution alone. Now siguro sa institution na yon, they did not catch that because syempre there's the stigma of not opening up with regards to their own condition. Ayaw nilang ilabas. Okay, ayaw nilang banggitin. And to the point na yun nga, it's like a kettle na kulang na pag nainitan na masyado, pipito na lang, di ba? So, ang mangyayari dyan, you'll know when it will burst, kumbaga. So, paano natin maiwasan yun? So, the best thing is to get rid of the stigma. And we've been trying to do that ever since. Nung medical school kami, we've been trying to promote mental health. And it's not an issue upon a national emergency or national problem na kailangan pang idaan sa Senate. I think it's more of how an institution can help these students, no? Sa isang student alone or sa isang institution, provide them better avenues of um, ano to, study time. At the same time, provide them um, better ways of learning, kumbaga. Sa amin rather, ayoko naman i-compare, pero magkakaiba kasi ang culture per medical school. Magkakaiba rin ang culture per hospital. I might say na the hospital of my friend is bit different from the hospital of my other friend. Let's say mas light ang duty ng isa, ito mas heavy yung duty ng isa. They're well they vary talaga depending on the type of patients, then the type of hospital. Merong private, meron ding government. So anong mangyayari dyan? Siyempre, you can't compare them both, and you cannot say na yung nangyaring incident doon is similar to the incident to the other hospital kasi magkaiba sila ng scenario, ng environment. So how can you provide a basis na related sila? No, there is something with regards to that person alone na nagkaroon ng problem. And kapag ganun yung situation, may mga programs naman for institution para lang ma-adjust at saka ma-control yun, or at the same time ma-manage, no, per institution. Now, I trust the process of each institution kung paano nila tinitignan. Siguro sa institution kung saan ako nanggagaling ngayon, it's fairly enough na when you encounter stress or burnout as a physician, it's often important for you to have a support group. Now, sa mga doctors siguro na makakapanood nito, or sa mga residents, actually ako resident pa rin naman ako until Friday, no? And hopefully graduating na this year. So as my life as a resident, you would note the yung feeling of burnout is always present in the first 2 years. Hindi ko yung pagkakaila. You should expect that kasi you have a lot of requirements. Totoo yun. And it's not a way of bullying. It's how you look at it in a different perspective. Now, I'm not saying I'm condoning bullying or I'm not pro-bullying. No, it's more of taking up a challenge. And it's different kasi when you recall the situation of us here in the right now after pandemic and during pandemic, I noticed our juniors, they had a hard time to adjust from seeing patients from the Zoom to seeing the patients in the clinic. And it's very, very different. It's very, very different. Kasi they had difficulty in managing patients ahead. And sa amin as seniors, well, in that situation na sinabi niya, hindi yun mambubuli for us. We want them to learn. And we want to teach them. Okay? Siguro sa situation sa ibang hospital, they took advantage of it. And later on, naging pressure sa ibang junior doctors. And it turned out to be in a negative shell. No, in a negative output. For us, sa amin, lalo sa family physicians, we care more on a holistic approach. Mas mahirap nga yun kasi mas madami kami tinitingnan. And it ended up with how you gauge first, may baseline ka, and then we see how you improve in the next months, couple of months. And meron talaga, may mga times na magkaka-burnout ka. But you have to be open with your mentor or your, kumbaga, your senior na saan ka nahihirapan. Doon tayo magfo-focus next month. This month. It's one step at a time. And yung burnout din dyan is kasi syempre, first year yon, habulin mo pa yung research. Habulin mo pa yung advocacy. Habulin mo pa yung mga clinical case reports. Well, that is all requirements talaga ever since before pandemic pa. And na-overwhelm sila sa mga ganyang sitwasyon. Parang dami nagchat-chat Oy, si Kayo, bully ba ako? Hindi ko bully naman. Adorable bully siguro. Hindi. Kuching, okay. Tanggalin dok ang competition sa school. Well, I would agree, maganda yun pag tinanggal mo yung competition sa school. Yung that also is a bad culture na sana i-remove. But siguro dun sa competition, meeting other medical schools in a event, let's say for example in a clinical case presentation, you don't have, it's in the doctor's perspective. You don't have to look at it as a competition. You have to look at it as a way na you would learn from the other hospital's perspective on how to manage a case. Kasi let's say for example, you have been given a similar case, or you have been you've encountered the other hospitals case before, and you want to know what are their means of arriving at the diagnosis. So makikita mo kung ano yung pattern. Take note, magkakaiba ang doktor, magkakaiba ang ways of diagnosing a patient, and in that manner you would see, may ibang techniques si doc. He started more on assessing shortness of breath rather than going directly to cardiac symptoms. So nag-assess muna siya for pulmonary problems, ruling out that, ruling out this, diba? So pag gano'n yung nangyayari, you would also find it curious na at saka intriguing na at the end, pareho pa rin naman kayo lang nakiko-consider na condition, pero iba lang yung approach niya. And that way, you would learn. And if you would notice, there are also judges in some competitions. They would see it as a unique way of you or the competitors in arriving at a diagnosis. At saka, it also collaborates, okay, help us collaborate with other doctors, kasi at the end of the day, all of them would be good friends in the end. Kasi syempre, you would note every convention, kasi kakagaling ko sa convention in every convention you would meet a lot of doctors, and for us, seeing those techniques or ways of doing clinical case presentation, family case presentation, it will add up for our own advantage in the future. Kasi magagamit namin siya in the next run. Kasi it's a different perspective. You would learn from that. And being a doctor is not just diretso. Isang proseso lang. Maraming paraan para mag-arrive sa tamang diagnosis. When you know the other means, it's better na malalaman mo yung other perspective ng ibang doctors, because if in the end you arrive at the same arrive with the same condition, that means you were never wrong. You were still on the right track, and at the same time, you would also understand how they manage their cases, and you might take some part of that management and apply them to your patient in the future. So, tulong-tulungan yan. Okay, ano to? Yun. Francis A, shout out. Medyo, groggy ako ngayon. Kasi, di pa ako natutulog. And, medyo maraming ginagawa. Ito, science check. Medyo mataas ang BP. Sesa, good morning. Okay, Kapsura, good morning. Okay, tough love pala. Sa akin, hindi bullying. Hindi naman bullying yan. Yung mga tao lang na umiikot kay kayo yung mga matitigas ang ulo eh. Nanonood pa rin naman ako. Yung mga tao ngayon, medyo mga wild na. Daming mga new characters. Anyway, yun. Ano pa ba? Ano pa yung nabanggit ni Senator Tulfo dito? So yun, yung mental health. Mental health, marami nang ginagawa. Both in the hospital and also DOH mandates also mental health. So, I think meron na rin bill na pinopose ang wife ni Senator Tulfo. Bakit hinihiring pa na yun? Anyway, kung yun ang gusto niya, pero sayang yung kasi the things that are said by Senator Bongo is also equally more important kasi ngayon structures ang habol namin eyeing for universal healthcare. For universal healthcare as a primary doctor para lang magkaroon ka ng doktor sa bawat family. Okay? And they would be compensated almost in the future, sana magawa. Okay? Kapag under PhilHealth ang compensations, kagaya ng ginagawa sa ibang bansa. Okay? So that is the Universal Healthcare Act na pinopromote natin ngayon. Okay? So, kung magawa yon, better yung mga facilities at saka magkakaroon tayo ng equal access with healthcare. Yun ang gusto natin makuha. Now, ano pa ba yung nabanggit niya nung dito? Scrub out ko na.
Will be...
Ay, kunti lang pala sinabi niya.
There is a provision requiring PhilHealth to establish a rating system under the incentive scheme to acknowledge and reward health facilities that provide the DOH as the regulating department agency must ensure that all hospitals have fixed guidelines in the implementation of the residency training.
Okay. Fixed guidelines. Meron na. Okay, actually, lahat naman ng hospitals, lahat ng training, okay, training hospitals, they should be under DOH. Okay, wala namang training hospital na hindi under DOH, lalo na sa residency. Okay, and at the same time, hindi lang naman kasi si DOH ang magiging body ng dyan. Okay, aside from that, the institution and the academy, kung saan siya manggagaling, yung mga yon, they would play equal parts. Okay, how they would apply the residency training would be coming from the specialty. No, sa amin sa family physicians, it would come from the Philippine Academy of Family Physicians. Sa mga internal medicine, PCP, Philippine College of Physicians. Sa pediatrics or pediatricians, sa PPS. Sa obstetrics and gynecology, sa POGS. Okay? So that would depend on each specialty. Now, yung provisions ay yung mga binanggit niya na kailangan strict implementations. Well, meron kaming manual po. Meron po kaming manual, residency training manual. Meron din po kaming mga sanctions kung meron kaming mga problems. And if there are problems like that, you have to talk it out with your training officer. Meron po kaming mga senior officers doon, senior consultants, okay, that would be responsible for the welfare of the doctors or the residents. So, ang hierarchy kasi dyan, hindi naman sa Senado agad. Dapat dumadaan ka muna sa training officer, tapos, or even first chief resident, and then the training officer. Kung hindi magawa yan, it would go ahead to the chairman of the department. Okay? Now, dun sa incidents of suicide, nabanggit kasi yun. Medyo sensitive kasi yung topic na yun. Yung topic of suicide, siguro idadaan ko in a different stream. Baka, nabanggit ko pala yung word na yun. Yung S na word na yun kasi ganito. Okay. There are incidences talaga na ganyan. And I have encountered I had friends also that were lost because of those situations. Okay. And praying for them. Sayang lang kasi they were young. It's not most of them would note that it's hard to be on training and on pressure. And pressure would be it's a necessity for you to be better. Kasi 'di ba, like from a dark hole from the ground, kailangan mo ng pressure yun to make it a diamond. That was always the comparison sa amin. When you go under pressure, kasi training talaga is pressure, okay? You just have to have a support group when you enter residency training. Before you go to any residency or any training at all, masterals ba yan, Doctor of Philosophy, residency training, have a support group before you enter any program that might provide stress. Some of my friends would go and get married with their lovers kasi meron silang support group. They would have a family. The family would be their support group. Kung hindi pa sila handa, well, your entire family should be with you 100% before you enter a training. Okay? Now, there are instances kasi syempre the family is already been broken. They come from a broken family. Tapos they enter residency as what we call the savior complex, kumbaga. The one that would save the family from financial burden. Kasi only child, single parent, tapos lahat lahat nakikita ng magulang niya na siya yung aahon sa kanya sa kahirapan. That's actually true kasi kakaroon ng ganyang sitwasyon. And that pressure from the family added to the pressure of training, that is already too much for some individuals to bear. And at the same time, nakakaroon ka rin ng pressure with regards to financial constraint. So, hindi naman lahat ganun. That's an isolated case. Now, what we can do is, syempre, yun nga, if you are a friend of a doctor, always ask them, kamusta ka na? Kasi, catching up with your friends, lalo na if they are been out of contact or out of reach for the past few weeks, it would help a bunch kapag may nangamusta sa kanilang kaibigan. Kasi sobrang nakakagaan ng loob na may nakakaisip pa sa inyo kahit sobrang busy nyo na sa trabaho. Okay? And I'm thankful that I had friends, and also I'm thankful to have people as a support group for ilang years na ba to? 4 years of training. I'm sad for people na wala. And take note, we came from the pandemic. we lost that physical connection from others kasi we were isolated from each other. Hindi sanay ibang tao kipaghalubilo. So, nung lumabas sila, after 2 years of lockdown, yun, di nila alam paano maayos yung social circle nila. Kasi some of them remain friends, others didn't. Okay? If your circle remained intact after all, good for you. But there are people talaga na had it very difficult kasi to handle social isolation. And well, these are residues of those of the past, kumbaga, of the pandemic. Hindi lang kasi yung virus ang naging problem natin. Mental conditions or mental health was also stressed out after the COVID-19 pandemic. Sa amin, kung sabihin mo, lagi naman kami nasa labas as a doctor, yung sheer burden na after kami mag-duty ng 1 week, tapos mag-isolate kami ng 2 weeks awaiting swab, tapos 2 weeks pa na walang contact with other doctors kasi baka mamaya false negative kami. That's already hitting you in the head. Though tama naman, pwede ka naman mag-VC, mag-video call, ganon, with your family. But it's different when you encounter people face to face. Kaya sobrang saya namin nung medyo luwag-luwag na. But di ko may imagine na natapos ko yun after a year or 2. Nag-duty sa COVID ward, sa ER. After nun, isolate 2 weeks. Pa-swab ka 2 weeks. Then after a month, babalik ka ulit doon. So, it was a surreal moment. Di ko alam, paano ko nalagpasan. And paano natin lahat nalagpasan. Now, if you have friends as doctors, ganun nga, catch up with them, usapin nyo sila. Lalo yung mga matagal yun na din nakausap. Kasi they might need your help just catching up. Kung sakali kwan naman na kasalubong nyo sila, wave at them, kamustahin nyo sila, and they would appreciate that they would still have a friend na nakakaalala sa kanila. Okay? Okay, 4:19 na. Tagal kong magkun na. Ay, guy. Ay, Tatay Mick. Good morning sa inyo lahat dyan. Hi, Beth. Okay. What's up? Oy, Mr. Chair, good morning. Ano yan? Of course, regulatory and DOH as part of the state. Yes, that is mandate. And for us, yun nga, we want to provide a training that is equally quality, no? Equally just and quality yung output na physicians. That's why we have yung mga buddy system. Hindi siya in a way of parang terror, okay? Yun kasi yung natatakot yung mga juniors sa seniors sila. Kasi they would treat na baka i-reprimand sila. Actually, sa akin as a senior, I'm not more of like that. I'm more of a teacher rather than someone that would raise their voice. Kasi it's better for you to teach them rather than to scold them. Kasi hindi yun tatatak. No? And for us, kami sa amin dito sa Cagayan, Cagayan Valley, walang sumisigaw sa akin. Okay? Wala. May seniors are, well, nakakapag-discuss kami ng maayos. As well as our junior interns and clerks. We are happy na Hindi naman kami nagkakaroon ng issues or problems with regards to mental breakdown. There are sa ibang institutions, but for us, we're trying to be a family. Kaya nga, family medicine ang kinuha ko eh. I want my experience as a doctor to be just like a family. Okay, family physician. Okay. Alas 4 na. Pwede na ako matulog, no? Yan. Diba? Color. Ano to? Kuching, all hospitals should be accredited by. Yes. Accredited dapat ng DOH. And hindi lahat ng hospital nagkakaroon ng training. It should be recommended din after. Kung pwede silang pumasa as a training institution. So marami pa. May rigorous process pa yun. And hindi lang basta-basta yun ginagawa. And sa pawala, we have to isang paalala din pala. A family physician or a family medicine is different from a general practitioner. So general practitioner, pwede siya yung after ng board exam, pumasa, nag-practice ng medicine. So GP yun. Okay? Si family physician is a specialty. Okay? Though we cater all, but we have the specialty of managing a complete family as well as a community and providing more holistic care. So, pwede kami maghawak ng pasyente from nabuntis, na IM patient din, okay, na hindi siya complicated. Pwede din kami mag-manage ng simple procedures like pagtuli ng bata, pagtanggal ng bukol, ganun. Meron din kaming cases of traditional, like yung acupuncture, okay, acupressure. We also venture in other specialties kasi magkakaiba kasi tayo. Sa amin, pwede rin kami pumasok in the field of toxicology, hospice and palliative care, and then occupational medicine sa mga safety officers. Marami, sports medicine, pwede rin kayong pumasok doon. So, maraming pwedeng field ang pwede namin mapuntahan. But, yung grounding namin, primary care. We cater all patients. Okay? Sige. I think it's 4:30. Pwede na ako midlip. Francis, sleep na Doc Chris. Parang maka-fully recover ka. Kain na madami. Papaya. Pineapple juice. Yes. Well, babawi ako kasi I think medyo erratic kasi yung yung schedule ko. And thank you guys sa mga nagstay. Thank you also si Kayo na ako baka mag-ELS na din. And then Perfect Defect, thank you. Amik, thank you. Kuching, Igay, Francis A. And User Testing, thank you. And Punks Not Dead, what's up? And thank you sa mga nanood. And we'll see you on the next video. Paano ba ito i-outro? Nakalimutan ko na. Bye!